Hi, I just want to talk a little bit about chain today. I've recently looked at Wolflock's video on basic escape techniques, and he talks a lot about chains, and it seems like an interesting idea. And I'm looking to get a chain for like a 100-foot chain escape, or get a rope for a 100-foot rope escape. But I am a little skeptical about using chain. But I did get a few different types of chains, so I thought I'd just make a quick video after running down to the hardware store. And I got some, so starting from the biggest, which is 5/16 inch chain, some 1/4 or 4/16 chain, and then 3/16 chain, and then basically the same size, but it's a 2-0 straight link machine chain. And just to get some stats on this, this is the biggest one. It is a really nice chain. It's gargantuan and it's very heavy. This is about 1.1 kilograms for a 3-foot section, and if you look at that over 100 feet, that's about 85 pounds for 100 feet. So there's no way I'm going to do a 100-foot escape with 85 feet of chain, or 85 pounds of chain, even if I could handle that myself. There's no way any of the spectators were doing. And I have put this little sort of large round link on here because I wanted to try something by doing sort of a Siberian chain escape, which usually has two links on it, a much shorter chain. But I wanted to do this. If this was an infinitely long chain, you can't like thread it through. So I was going to find some techniques for doing that. And one of the things I've done is you can actually make just by sort of feeding the chain through itself, make a loop here. And then make your sort of, it's hard to do something with chain this big. And then come back and bring the top over. And then just have them lock it approximately here with a padlock. And then this would still be an escapable situation. And would work on a very long chain. And one of the reasons I looked at doing that was because I looked at what happens if someone actually were to lock your hands tight like this. So if they actually just lock your hand tight on the wrist like this, how you would get out of that. Like, even if I were to, like, that's not like super tight, like it is, that is tight, but I mean, it's not like squeezing on my wrist, or just barely. If my wrist is relaxed, it moves around, but if it's tight, so there's no way I could get out of this without really hurting myself. And I asked Wolflock about this because I was worried about this sort of happening. And his recommendation was to make sure to puff up your wrists, and also to get a lock with a longer collar on it, so you're more likely to do that, be able to get out of it, more likely loose. But I guess the key thing about this is to just make sure that you don't allow people to lock you up that way. But that's the large chain, that's the 5/16, and like I said, it's 85 pounds for 100 feet of it, so that's a bit much. This is the 1/4 inch, which is a little more easier to find, and it's a lot lighter. It is going to be 52 pounds for 100 feet, which is still ridiculous. There's no way like someone, even if you half the chain, someone still dealing with 25 pounds of chain is not going to be really useful for them. So I did grab, after I got those two, thinking those would be the right ones, which they aren't. I grabbed these two, they're very similar, the 2-0 straight link machine chain, and then a 3/16, so 5, 4, 3/16. And this is about 30, both of these are very similar weights, about 30 pounds for 100 feet. So that is workable. So if you actually do a 100-foot chain escape with only 75 feet or 66 feet of chain, that's a manageable amount of chain. So, and this still looks good, and it still feels good. I mean, this has got a great feel to it, but it's just so heavy and chunky that it's very unworkable. But it does have some nice weight to it. And this is, of course, much lighter. It feels a little more flimsy, but I don't think that's going to actually be a problem because it's obviously a strong chain. This is going to, both of these are over, the working load limit of these are about 500 pounds, 600 pounds. So the actual strength of these is probably going to be about 1 ton. So these are plenty strong enough. And these ones I just think are too heavy and big. So that's my sort of looking at doing some chains, and just I just bought some chains. I thought I'd make a video sort of just looking through what I've gone through and where my thinking is right now. So that's it.